So there's a lot of talk about rolling the edges up clean, rolling the skis up early in the turn. When you're doing this, I call this a simple roll up. You come onto the edges, you roll the ski up clean. It's a clean arc where the tail of the ski follows the tip of the ski all the way through the track. This content originally aired on the race recap, Levi Slalom Race 1. Here we are discussing the second run course set from day 1. We're focusing on the transition from the upper flat onto the steeper gates on the pitch. After losing 2 girls going over the breakover, there was a large discussion on the broadcast about what was going on there and what adjustments the athletes needed to make it down the next pitch. Then we move over the roll and all the athletes move into a stivet. Now there's a lot of different meanings to the word stivet and there's a lot of different variations of the word stivet. However, I think the simplest word still is stivet because it's a combination of sliding and pivot. Sliding the ski and pivoting it. Slide and pivot. It can be a schmear, it can be a butter, it can be a feather, it can be a windshield wiper stiv, it can be a big stivet, it can be a power slide. It can be a lot of different things, but at the end of the day, stivet, sliding, and pivot is the best explanation for what's going on the pitch. There are no girls in this World Cup, or men for that matter, that are rolling it up on that pitch at Levi. Now, up top on the flats, everybody's rolling it up. All the girls are carving the skis so that the tail is following the tip through the track it's making. When you're rolling it up on that top flat, you're not taking a risk. You're just skiing hard. Rolling it up when it's flat and easy is just that, flat and easy. And so in this top section where everybody was pumping a little bit, but rolling up all the turns, there's no risk being taken. This is just good hard slalom skiing. Now, as they broke over onto the pitch, now they needed to make some tactical adjustments, make some adjustments in their skiing, and they moved from a rolling it up type turn to a stivet turn down the pitch. Now, where you make this transition, how many gates up, how many gates over the knuckle is kind of up to you as a racer, but everybody is running a stivet down on the pitch to one degree or another. Now, where risk comes in skiing is in this stivet zone is how big or little of a stivet do you use to be able to go fast and move down the hill. That is risk. You are not taking risk on the top where you're rolling it up. Risk would be trying to roll it up on the pitch. And I'm just going to tell you right now, if you come in and roll it up on one of those gates on the pitch, you're going to power slide and you're going to turn to the bottom of the turn and you're going to be slow. So risk is how big or small are you feathering the skis in this stivet. Okay? I hope the diagram makes sense here. This is a rolled up line, one track through the snow. The tail is following the tip through the track it's making. Here, the tail of the ski is feathering out as the tip of the ski still runs this arc and direction. And if you look at the marker like a ski, it is lifting and the tail is sliding, sliding, sliding until somewhere, hopefully around the fall line, the skier engages the edges, makes clean snow contact, and carves and rides out the bottom. So, in the future when we talk about rolling it up, stivet, what kind of risk we're talking about, this is what we're talking about. And that's this week's base skiing breakdown. As the pitch increases, the need for a stivet becomes more and more. And the degree of which you are going to execute the stivet varies on how much the pitch is. But for this example, we're just going to picture that the girls are on the pitch at Levi, in between the breakover and the first hairpin on the pitch. So the pitch at Levi, this is what we're looking at. When somebody is above it or skiing well, it's going to look like this, where the tails start feathering somewhere out in here. You get a little tail feather coming in, tails feather, and then the pressure, the connection with the snow happens somewhere here in the fall line, where the ski is bending. The ski is bending up in here, but this is where it connects to the snow, and boom, and then arcs out. Okay, this is a good, proper ski line. If somebody comes through with low pressure, then more than likely, if everything's equal, if the exit of the old one was the same, more than likely they come in and they start carving the ski here and do their feather later. And now you have here, and then the feathers here, and then the connection with the snow happens down in here, and then they ride out, go clean. So a later initiation here with the feather, and then a later connection to the snow, again the ski's bending and then clean coming out. But you see that the direction on the blue is already achieved at the gate. The skis are connected to the snow and they're starting to go that way towards the next gate when they're going by the gate. Below the gate, or skiing below the course, is when the pressure and the connection is happening below the gate here, and this is just slow. It's faster to have your little bit of sliding, feathering, stiveting above the gate, connect early. This is early edge pressure. I don't want to be confused with this early edge pressure. That's a roll up. It's different. Rolling up clean is its own thing. When you're feathering out like this, and edge pressure right here is early edge pressure. There's pressure on the ski through here, but you're still sliding it, you're kind of floating it. And getting it here is early edge pressure, and this is late edge pressure. I hope that makes sense. I hope that helps explain what I'm talking about when I'm talking about it. I think it's important to be on the same page with this stuff. I think it's really important to start talking about sliding and what the slides look like, how big they are, where they are, when to use them, when it's appropriate, and then we can get more kids skiing above the gate, more kids winning races. If you enjoyed this video, please watch the full race recap episode on the YouTube channel. This is from Levi Slalom Race 1. Thanks for watching.